US and Israel strike Iran. What happens next? The world woke up to shocking news. The United States and Israel have launched direct military strikes on Iran. This marks one of the most dangerous escalations in the Middle East in decades. But what does this really mean, and how could it affect the entire world? Let's break it down. The strikes reportedly targeted Iranian military and nuclear-related facilities. Israel has long viewed Iran as its greatest strategic threat, especially over Iran's nuclear ambitions. The United States, Israel's closest ally, has now joined directly in military action, something that dramatically raises the stakes. Iran has already responded with missile attacks on Israeli territory and US military bases across the Middle East. Tehran has declared that all American and Israeli assets in the region are now legitimate targets. This means the conflict is no longer limited, it has the potential to spread across multiple countries. So what could happen next? The first major risk is a wider Middle East war. Iran has powerful regional allies and proxy groups, including Hezbollah in Lebanon and armed militias in Iraq and Syria. If these groups join the fight, Israel and US forces could face attacks from several directions at once. That would transform this from a limited strike into a regional war. The second consequence is global economic shock. The Middle East is the heart of global oil supply. If Iran attacks oil facilities or blocks shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important energy routes, oil prices could surge overnight. That would trigger fuel price increases, inflation, and economic stress worldwide, including in Asia and the Philippines. The third danger is nuclear escalation. If Iran believes its government is under existential threat, it may accelerate efforts to develop nuclear weapons. That would likely trigger a nuclear arms race in the Middle East, with other countries seeking their own deterrent. The long-term global security consequences would be enormous. There's also the geopolitical dimension. Russia has already condemned the strikes and supports Iran diplomatically. This conflict risks deepening global divisions into opposing blocs. The United States and Israel on one side, Iran and its partners on the other. While a direct superpower war remains unlikely, tensions between major powers could intensify. For ordinary people, the humanitarian cost could be severe. Missile exchanges and airstrikes inevitably hit cities, infrastructure, and civilians. If the conflict expands, millions could be displaced across the region, creating a new refugee crisis. So how could this end? In a best-case scenario, the strikes remain limited. Iran retaliates symbolically, both sides declare victory, and international pressure pushes toward de-escalation. This kind of contained confrontation has happened before in the region, but the worst-case scenario is far more dangerous. Sustained strikes, regional proxy forces entering the war, attacks on oil shipping, and a spiral toward full Middle East conflict that would reshape global politics and economics for years. For countries like the Philippines, the effects would still be felt, especially through oil prices, inflation, and the safety of overseas workers in the Middle East. The situation is evolving rapidly. What happens in the coming days will determine whether this becomes a brief confrontation or the start of a much larger war. What do you think will happen next? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for clear explanations of major global events.